In the quiet town of Meadowbrook, Stella's life was filled with wonder. She spent her days exploring the meadows, collecting wildflowers, and imagining fantastical adventures. Her grandmother's house, a cozy cottage surrounded by a lush garden, was her favorite place to play. The attic, in particular, was a treasure trove of forgotten memories and mysterious objects. One sunny afternoon, as Stella rummaged through old trunks and dusty books, she stumbled upon a wooden box intricately carved with swirling patterns. Curiosity piqued, she carefully opened it and gasped in awe. Inside lay a shimmering key that seemed to pulse with a magical energy. "Granny! Granny, look what I found!" Stella called, running down the stairs with the key clutched in her hand. Her grandmother, who was kneading dough for a loaf of bread, turned and smiled. "Well, what do we have here?" She took the key and examined it closely. "Ah, Stella, this is no ordinary key. This is the key of dreams." "The key of dreams?" Stella repeated, eyes wide with excitement. "What does it open, Granny?" Her grandmother's eyes twinkled with a secret knowledge. Legend has it that this key opens the gate to the Dreamweaver's Garden, a magical place where dreams come to life. But only those with a pure heart and a brave spirit can find it. Determined to uncover the secrets of the Dreamweaver's Garden, Stella decided to embark on an adventure. Early the next morning, she packed a small bag with essentials, her favorite notebook, a pencil, some snacks, and a flashlight, and set off towards the forest, the key safely tucked in her pocket. The forest surrounding Meadowbrook was dense and filled with ancient trees whose branches seemed to whisper secrets as the wind rustled through their leaves. Stella followed the path her grandmother had described, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She had always loved the forest, but she had never ventured this deep before. As she walked, the sunlight filtering through the canopy created a magical play of light and shadow on the forest floor. Birds sang sweet melodies, and occasionally, Stella caught glimpses of small woodland creatures darting through the underbrush. After several hours of walking, Stella reached a clearing. In the center stood a magnificent wrought iron gate entwined with ivy and blooming flowers. The gate was adorned with symbols of stars and moons, and at its center was a keyhole that matched the shape of Stella's key perfectly. With a deep breath, Stella inserted the key into the lock and turned it gently. The gate creaked open, revealing a breathtaking sight beyond. The Dreamweaver's Garden was a place of unparalleled beauty and wonder. Flowers of every color imaginable carpeted the ground, and towering trees with golden leaves formed a shimmering canopy overhead. Crystal clear streams meandered through the garden, and butterflies with iridescent wings flitted about, adding to the magical atmosphere. As Stella stepped through the gate, she felt a surge of joy and wonder. She had barely taken a few steps when a tiny, mischievous sprite named Lila appeared, her wings a blur of sparkling light. "Welcome to the Dreamweaver's Garden, Stella!" Lila chimed, her voice like the tinkling of bells. "I've been waiting for you." Stella smiled at her new friend. "Hello, Lila. The garden is even more beautiful than I imagined. But why have you been waiting for me?" Lila's expression grew serious. "The garden is in danger, Stella. A shadow has fallen over this magical place, and the Dreamweaver, who nurtures our dreams, is fading. We need your help to save it." Determined to help, Stella agreed to embark on the journey to save the Dreamweaver's Garden. Lila guided her through the enchanting landscape, where they encountered a host of whimsical characters, each with their own story and secrets. They met Orin, a wise old owl who provided them with valuable advice and clues, and Marlowe, a friendly fox who helped them navigate the forest's tricky paths. Throughout their journey, Stella and her friends faced various challenges and puzzles, each one bringing them closer to understanding the source of the shadow that threatened the garden. They discovered hidden realms within the garden, such as the glowing glade, where fireflies illuminated the night with their magical light, and the crystal cavern, filled with sparkling gems and mysterious echoes. As they ventured deeper into the garden, Stella's bravery and determination grew. She realized that the garden was a reflection of her own dreams and fears, and by confronting the darkness within herself, she could restore the light to the Dreamweaver's garden. After many adventures and trials, Stella and her friends finally reached the heart of the garden, where the Dreamweaver's tree stood. Once a majestic and vibrant symbol of hope, the tree was now shrouded in darkness, its branches withering. With a deep breath, Stella approached the tree and placed her hand on its trunk. She closed her eyes and let her heart fill with all the love, courage, and dreams she held within. The key in her pocket glowed brightly, and a warm light spread from her hand, enveloping the tree. The darkness began to recede, and the tree's branches slowly regained their vitality. The Dreamweaver, a radiant being of light, emerged from the tree, smiling at Stella with gratitude. "Thank you, Stella," the Dreamweaver said softly. "You have saved the garden and reminded us all of the power of dreams." As the garden blossomed once more, Stella felt a deep sense of fulfillment and joy. She knew that this magical place would always be a part of her, a reminder of the incredible adventure she had undertaken and the friends she had made along the way. With the garden restored, Stella bid farewell to her newfound friends and returned to Meadowbrook, carrying the memories of the Dreamweaver's garden in her heart. She knew that whenever she closed her eyes and dreamed, she could visit that wondrous place again. Stella's adventure in the Dreamweaver's garden became the stuff of legend in Meadowbrook, inspiring children and adults alike to believe in the magic of their dreams. And so, the garden thrived, a testament to the power of imagination and the courage of one young girl who dared to dream. Days turned into weeks, and Stella's mind often wandered back to the Dreamweaver's garden. The memories of her adventure were so vivid that sometimes she felt she could still smell the flowers and hear Lila's laughter in the breeze. One evening, as she sat by the fireplace, her grandmother noticed the faraway look in her eyes. "Thinking about the garden, aren't you?" her grandmother asked, her voice filled with warmth. Stella nodded. "I can't help it, Granny. It was the most magical place I've ever been." Her grandmother chuckled softly. "The Dreamweaver's garden has that effect on people. But remember, Stella, magic isn't confined to one place. It's all around us, if we know where to look." Stella pondered her grandmother's words and decided to explore the magic in her own world. She spent her days helping her grandmother in the garden, planting flowers, and tending to the vegetables. She found joy in the simple tasks and began to notice the small wonders around her, the way the morning dew sparkled on the grass, the cheerful songs of the birds, and the vibrant colors of the flowers in bloom. One morning, while weeding the flower beds, Stella noticed a small, shimmering path that seemed to glow faintly in the early sunlight. Intrigued, she followed the path through the garden and into the forest. The path led her to a hidden grove where the air was thick with the scent of jasmine and the trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets. At the center of the grove stood a stone pedestal, on top of which rested a delicate, glass orb. Stella approached the pedestal and gently touched the orb. Instantly, a warm light enveloped her, and she felt herself being transported to another realm. Tiny, glowing creatures flitted about, their laughter echoing like tinkling bells. "Where am I?" Stella wondered aloud. A voice answered from behind her. "You are in the enchanted forest."